No, we want to hear from you. We want to hear from you, dear.
Yeah, well, I want to hear from you too. So we're going to go ahead and let some more people in the room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to be watching all this on one side because I don't have, we're changing a little bit of the format, and I'm gonna explain what's going on in just a second as soon as,
Yeah, Paul will be signing on in just a minute.
yeah, they're in the waiting room, and I'm just gonna admit all. So we're letting everybody in. We're gonna make these really short and sweet. They're gonna be very concise. We're not gonna be long-winded. It's gonna be quick. So
Excellent.
we're all very busy, and I can appreciate all of that. So I know we're going to do a little bit different format. That's why I moved to a different channel here. We're being very particular who's on the call. So everyone just go ahead and mute your phones if you're not talking so we can go through this quickly. I'm going to go ahead and start because I know sometimes people don't start on time. So I think 2 minutes is good enough. So if it's okay, I'm going to go ahead and start. And Alberto, I need you to mute your mic, or Paul, because I'm getting feedback, or Tina, I just need you to mute your mics. I guess I can mute everybody, but
yeah, here we go.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So I always start in with a check-in, and nobody has to do it. It's just that I like to do it because it centers me. So if it's okay, I'm going to do a check-in, and you guys can do a check-in as well. All right. But my 2 words, and it's just 2 words. That's all it is I am nervous and excited. Anyone else?
Those were my words. I'm determined and nervous.
I'm happy today.
Happy today. That's great.
And just excited.
Anxious and nervous.
Hopeful and excited.
I'm excited, and yeah, I'm excited and very happy today.
Katie?
I am eager and nervous.
Okay, so let's all just take 2 really deep breaths, because a lot of us are anxious and nervous. And I'm just going to say this, that I just invite a good spirit here today, that we can be edified and that we can know that the task at hand is something of great magnitude. So sometimes it's a little scary, and it's okay. And we're just going to keep moving forward. And because we are doing something that is so great, that we know that there are more with us than there are with them. And so we can actually accomplish the task because it is for the benefit of the greater good. And God, we know that we are meant to love one another. Was that longer than 2 breaths?
Amen.
In the name of Jesus Christ, amen. That's just how I pray. Doesn't matter how anybody else prays, but that's just a quick, if it's okay, I'm going to do that occasionally. All right. All right. So I have been in this 6-week boot camp for the last 3 weeks or 2 weeks, and we're poised to do some pretty big things that are happening, and I'm excited about how it's unfolding. So really quick, we're just going to go through. The exciting part for me too is that we're poised for a reality TV show to show how we can actually accomplish this task. So it's going to be interesting because all eyes are going to be on us. And so if we fail, we're probably that's not going to make a lot of people happy. So we're not going to talk about that, but so that's why I'm being very careful what we do. So there are no surprises, and that we see things coming as they're coming. Okay, so that's why you guys are on the call today, is because we did vote your project and my project to be moving forward, and we need to figure out how to get both of our projects moving forward. And I'm going to update my project, and we're going to update your project quickly, okay? But I have formed a B Corp. It's not a B. Well, I formed a purpose-driven mission corporation, so that we can legally share prosperity. With Regener8tive, there's a certain thing that we have to do to accomplish so that we can move forward with projects. But with a purpose-driven mission, if we want to invest in things that might not be as stellar, if you will, or maybe just they're a step below what Regener8tive will allow. And the reason why is just for some other reason. We're going to form a corporation so that we can still help people that don't quite hit that standard if the group thinks it's a good idea. All right. So we figured a legal way to do something as a mission-driven corporation. And I feel like we're being held back because I'm doing too much stuff and I'm dropping the ball on a lot of things. So we have people that are going to be, for some reason, some of them are, here's one of the problems is that I'm trying to do so much and I don't know if they got the right email or not, because there was a wrong message. There was a wrong, anyway, a wrong Zoom link. So again, let's just keep moving forward. So I'm in a position, I need to hire some people. And so some people have stepped up to me and said, look, I would like to be involved in this a little bit more. So I'm working deferred. I'm not getting any money and I'm working deferred, and I'm going to continue to work deferred until it's positive for everybody's getting cash flow positive. Okay, so we're good with that, or at least a positive benefit. And you'll see what I mean in a minute. But so I'm hiring an executive oversight director to help with all of these things that need to be taken care of. But it's in the purpose-driven corporation. So it's a purpose-driven corporation that's moving forward, that we can hire people to do this. And this is the piece that I'm a little nervous about, is because I know I'm a good bet, because I know my value, I know what I do, and I know what I'm willing to do. But other people might not know that about me. But the nervous part that I'm having is that I need to raise capital and investments into this company. And I don't need to. I guess I'm offering, because I'm also in the position we're looking at philanthropic money coming in and grant money. So even if we don't put any blood, sweat, or tears or money into this, we actually have other people that are looking at us to do this in a different way, so that it's not going to cost us any money. We can just get after it. So there's a lot of things happening, but I'm offering to my inner circle, the people that have been alongside me, and this is going out to a few other investors that I'm picking, but we're going to be in a way to give you profit sharing in the company. And I'm doing it before we get a large influx of money, so that people that believe in me, believe in the mission, and know that we are doing something of great worth, they can put money into this company and they'll receive the paperwork and the subscription agreements to solidify that, however much you want to do. And we're just going to set it for a couple weeks for just friends and family before we go forward with philanthropic money. Is there any questions so far?
How much are you looking for, Rosalie? How much are you looking to raise?
Well, we could do this for 125,000. That would be our hard cost. That would be paying people salaries, grant writers, and not my salary, by the way, like I said, getting philanthropic money in, getting marketing going. So not a lot of money. That's not a lot. But if we put 800,000 in, I know that we could start funding some of these projects that we could get done. And I've already raised, I'm told 175,000 of that. So not a lot that has to come in so that we can get the remaining. And actually, I think it's 195,000. I'll have to check. But anyway, so we're already raising quite a bit. We don't need that much more. So at 250, I've already raised what I need to start. But we're looking for more for this so that we can fund the rest of the project. So I'm going anywhere between 250 and 800,000 is what we're looking for. And 85, actually, not 95. Yeah, 185 has already been raised. So any questions, or been told it's been raised, and it's earmarked for it. Okay. All right. So does that sound of any interest to you guys? Does anybody have anybody that would want to contribute that you know of? Or you?
I have somebody that I very much want to introduce you to.
Yeah.
So,
And Thomas and Paul or Wayne, you guys? Myron,
I can,
Alberto?
you know what, I also have, I can put it out to a couple people that might be interested.
Cool.
Well,
Okay,
we'll
so
talk, let's make a time to talk, okay?
yeah, I will. I'll put that in. I'll set up a time with you, Tina.
Hey,
And
Ro- Rosalie,
yeah,
this is Paul. I need a little bit more information, but I know some people that are focused on performance and personal performance that may be
Yeah.
interested
yeah.
in
Well, and that,
elevating.
I had you guys all mute your mic, and so I'm just offering, because I know as an investor that when you don't get paid back, it sucks. It just sucks. And I don't, and I want to make sure that we all get paid back. And so, so I'm not going to pull the trigger and put money into any company unless there's a pretty good guarantee that we're going to get this money back. So I don't really worry if anybody is apprehensive, because once they see what we do with as little amount that we do, that we won't need anybody else's money because it'll just be flowing in. Yet we have a core group of people that were like, you know what? I think she's going to be able to pull this one off. So I think that we're a good bet. All right.
Rosalie, this is Alberto. Sorry, I'm in a noisy place here, but yeah, I know a couple of people that might be interested. If you can send some more detailed information, that would help.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm putting together an agreement of some sort. Oh, I need to admit a bunch of people that you guys admit all. You guys got to keep reminding me to keep admitting people. They're sitting in the waiting room and I'm over here talking. Just keep saying, hey, admit them. So anyway, so I am looking for early adopters. That's what I'm looking for, is early adopters. And these early adopters, like I said, are going to get some people that are working as hard as they possibly can, like myself, and will not be getting any salary until there's profits to be shared. So I think it's a really good bet. But anyway, so let me update you on our on Regener8tive really quick, and accountable hand-ups, and then with the remaining of the time, Omega will update you, and we have some workout things to do. So Regener8tive is going to hire an overseer, and that we talked about that already. And then accountable hand-up is at the place, and let me just tell you what we're doing. So Alberto asked if he could volunteer, which he's doing right now, but volunteering is always up for question, because whatever we do, we get paid for at the end when there's profits. So we keep an eye on this and watch what he's willing to do. Hey, Paul, can I get you to mute or Rodney, I need you to mute. So he's going to be the project manager to start with for this project in Vegas and Reno, and we think in Idaho. So we're going to do several different, either aquaponics, hydroponics, or outdoor grows in a greenhouse. And I've met with 3 of those people, and we're working on that. So I'll update you the next week. I think we'll have a more definitive location, and then we'll also have the greenhouses that we're going to be used. I've also have commitment from youth. I've talked to youth and they've said yes, they want to be involved in this program. Heck yes, they were super excited, and they want, they're looking forward to being able to start and grow their business and to become emotional resilient. So moving forward with that. So heck yes on that. And then let's see. And
Rosalie,
yeah.
this is Thomas. I have a quick question about your hydroponics and aquaponics. Do you have a site already selected for that, or is it already operational, or where are you with that?
We're open to suggestions. We've met with 2 of the people that I would would recommend that we use, but if you've got somebody else, and we've also talked to the people that have an orchard in the middle of town, and we're working with them because we want to be able to teach kids how to grow indoors and outdoors both. So if you've got something that is, you know, within that range, we've not committed, so we're open to suggestions.
Are you familiar with Ambassador Andrew Young?
I know an Andrew Young here. He's in Vegas, right?
No, he's in Atlanta. He's the former mayor of Atlanta.
Oh, there's a lot of, that's a common name, so sorry.
You know, Ambassador Young has devoted a lot of his time in his retirement to setting up hydroponics, aquaponics farming. And we are working on a teaming relationship with him now. In fact, to put on that South Carolina project that we are trying to get financed. So this is something that you and we need to talk offline. I think this would be very helpful.
Well, yeah, and we do everything online at some point. So whatever you want to tell me. So so you have enough time with your company about some other things. How about if we talk another time, but we tape everything, because everything we're doing is going to be showing that we're proving, not just talking about, but we're proving that collaboration works in a big way. So yeah, please. So I'm excited about that. So a lot of the heavy lifting has been already done. And, you know, I haven't asked, so what the commitment I need from you all, or for your network, is to do 3 things. Okay. One is to agree that you will spend an hour a week mentoring a few people at the same time. So you're not going to mentor just one, you're going to mentor a few at the same time. And it's just going to be about emotional resilience to start with. So it's just going to be helping people to maybe talk through some of their problems, but they're real simple. And we're going to start our workshop with the mentors next week. So everybody that wants to do this, I think we're just going to do it during this time, because it's going to be a really quick session, and I'm just going to add it to this time, and then we'll, you know, update on the performance. So I just need an hour of your time to help mentor the kids. I need you to go onto the YouTube accountable hand ups. That's a YouTube accountable hand ups, you know, go into YouTube and search accountable hand ups. And when it does, go in there and subscribe to it, and write some comments in it, and look at the videos that are in there. Everything's open kimono. There's a cute picture of Paul eating something on the thing. It's completely, I don't edit anything. Everything, even if someone picks their nose, you know, or does whatever, I don't edit. It's all open kimono. So
as
there
long
you
as
go.
I was eating and not picking my nose, but okay, go ahead.
I was probably, yeah. So anyway, so I need you to do that. And the third thing is share this with your network of people, because when we multiply, that's way better than dividing. So let's multiply. And then, like I said, I'm offering, and I'm only going to leave this offer for a little bit, because I know we're going for some big players right now. And I feel like, you know, we need to have some skin in the game, and everybody needs to have a benefit who's willing to jump in and do their part, and who's ever not, well, they can get something later, but it's not going to be as much as what we get here now. So anyway, so any questions about that? No? So Alberto, I'll get with you, and Rodney, I'll get with you, and we'll do a 3-way call, and on the Zoom, we'll get on a Zoom link, and anybody that wants to jump in can watch how all these projects are unfolding, because I'm going to the YouTube is going to be an update. So if you can't make the Thursday meeting, it's okay. I don't care how many people are on the meeting. I know we're all busy. I just need people to be involved. So when we need your help, you can listen to this, and you can give us help and get yourself help. All right. So it's not
Hey,
so much. Yeah.
So I'm wondering if this is an opportunity to just sort of mention to the group the conversation you and I had about starting to create a bit of a, I mean, we have the accountability app, but also a record keeping where we say, hey, so-and-so put in this many hours, this much time doing this, you know, a little bit of a credit structure, and rewarding people for asking for help, but also for providing help. I don't think we have to talk about that right now, but I just think it's good to put out there that you and I have started talking about that, and that as this ramps up should be part of what we do moving forward.
Yeah, most definitely. And that is something that we will do and need to do. So you and I, again, need to get on a call because we need to make sure this rolls really smooth because,
Yeah.
you know, we're alpha testing it. We need to all be patient, but we need to make sure that this is going to help us all be accountable and it's smooth. It's a smooth operation, right? It's like
Yep.
a smooth operator. Isn't that a song? Do you guys know that song? It's a smooth operator.
Yes. So Rosalie, we do
Yeah.
I have some tools that we can use as the recognition of contribution. And it's important that we record and document those so that we show that it's not only financial accountability, but contribution then from everybody that is contributing even 1 minute. So
Yeah. So what you need to do is, first of all, you need to get a hold of Tony if you want to be investing, because he's going to have to put the legal packet together so that you guys we can work through that legally. So get a hold of Tony. And Tony, you have anything you need to say about that with the purpose-driven corporation? Because it's an investment. It's not a donation. And then if you want to still just donate, you donate to Regener8tive, which is actually a sustainable nonprofit. It's not a profit. It's just a sustainable program, we're calling it. So you can do either or, but Tony, you need to talk about that.
Well, look, we've spent a lot of time on this, right? Ultimately, Regener8tive is a registered 501c3 nonprofit corporation, but for the purpose of investing into these third-party Regener8tive sponsored enterprises, that is a third-party SPV, special purpose vehicle, funding vehicle. That is a for-profit and is simply a sister company, not related legally or technically, but as far as branding only between Regener8tive and the SPV.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody? So just in blonde terms for me, basically it's a legal way of investing into, I like that, Paul, you get my jokes. But it's a legal way that we can share profits or a surplus that we invest in our time, talent, and network and money into. So, all right. And then, so those are those are the main things. That's not a lot, you know, I'm just asking. So is anybody else, any recap of what I'm asking? I'm going to ask someone to raise their hand and say, what was it that I asked you to do? Okay, Tina, what was it I asked you to do? The 4 things.
Okay, 1 hour of our time to sort of help out and do some mentoring. Go to the YouTube channel, make sure that you are subscribed and write some comments and share this project with our networks. I had 3.
That's 3. I think that's all there was. I just thought have fun. I added have fun because that we don't. Oh no, we have to do accountability app. That's the 4th thing.
Oh, the
the 4th thing you told them to connect with Tony if they're have or find people that want to invest in funding.
That's right. Yeah. See, I have a hard time asking for money because I don't really like doing that because I'm usually the one that's always, but I can tell you we're a good bet. I can tell you that from being from Vegas, good bet. Yeah, Tina.
So I also have another thought in terms, there are a lot of people who are retired or out of work who might want to volunteer time, not necessarily money, but for some of the things that you need.
Perfect.
Tasks.
We keep track of that.
So again, as part of the outreach, I have like my sister-in-law, brother-in-law, she would love this project, and I don't know, you know, they're retired, and maybe they want to offer something. I don't know.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah,
like
and people get
too.
paid for that. Perfect. Okay, so that's what I'm asking for. Tina paraphrased it well, the 4 things, and I think that's good. And I'll get on a call with Paul so that we can get things together, and Gail and Rodney and Alberto, and hopefully I get Gail and Katie on to do something, and Tina, so I have some girl power because I happen to do all these meetings with these boys. So anyway.
You're doing great.
I always do better with dudes anyway. So, well, you know, but I've got three young ladies that I've raised, so we'll see.
Well, I'm one of the good old boys.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Old boys, yeah. I love my boys. I'll tell you what, I always used to say that. I'd have all a group of guys with me, and I'm like, I love my boys. You know, I don't call them dudes. They're my boys. Okay, so I left the remaining of the time for well, 10 minutes. You got 10 minutes. We're going to talk about your projects, guys, on Omega. So here's my understanding. This is my solution. Is Tony has not been able to get your score up to 925, but there's some reasons for it, and we still think you're a really good risk. And so a few of us are looking at putting money into this
Hey, Rosalie.
endeavor. Yeah.
Rosalie, why don't you give me screen control?
Okay. Screen control.
I'm going to be jumping off at noon, so.
Okay, no problem.
It's a good thing I'm gonna do a 3-minute presentation. Did you give me screen control?
I did.
Yep, let her rock.
Great. First of all, I have to say, Omega has been one of the most responsive clients I've worked with in a long time. They've got a team of 4 executives that every day since Saturday, work till 2 or 3 in the morning doing the homework I give them. Phenomenal responsiveness. Very rare to see that. We have been working on this TASOS and the situation analysis for many days. You can see here that we're at 874 right now, but these guys are only 49 points away from 925. But the point that Rosalie's making is the whole situation analysis here is well defined. The shortfalls, almost every shortfall they have is fixed with money. So you can see, I mean, they've got 3s all the way down the line on basic things like how's their company set up, the due diligence on the company itself and their mission and vision, all 2s and 3s. You'll see once in a while there's a 1. And again, this is just putting in the time to fix the FAQs. When you go down the list here, 3, 3, 3. Need a couple of references, easy fix. Due diligence is still in process. Obviously, this document is due diligence, can't be a 3 till it's done. 3, 3, 3. You see all 2s and 3s. You're not seeing a bunch of 1s and 0s, which is pretty typical of this report. Now I'm going to scroll all the way down here to the bottom because I want you all to see the bottom quickly. We didn't audit their bank statements. You can see here we have not audited their bank statements yet. So just right there alone, 6 points, right? Number 2s and 2s and 3s and 2s and 3s, which is what you want. 2s and 3s for the most part here. Didn't finish the business model canvas yet. Okay, that's why those are 2s. As soon as we finish a business model canvas, they'll become 3s pretty quickly. All 3s here on the company, you see a 0 there, competitive analysis chart. We started one, we went through a list of competitors that they have, but we didn't create the actual competitive analysis chart. But again, simple fix, not a big deal. We looked at their management team, staffing, but if you look at the end, I'm going fast here so I can scroll to the end.
Yeah, scroll to the bottom, I'm getting dizzy. Thanks.
Yep. So when you look at this, I'll enlarge this for you. They completed all their financial modeling, the pro forma, the cash flow, all of that's been clarified. All these contracts with all these cities and municipalities are in play, and we've confirmed all of this. So that's the core of the business. Wow. Is the fact that when you really look at the core of this business, Zion's Bank loans money to the municipalities guaranteed by the USDA, and that money then is paid to Omega. So it's not like Omega's borrowing the money anyway. It's actually flows the municipality gets the money from Zion.
But have you verified, Tony, that it actually comes from that source and that there isn't like a loophole that goes to, so that when we put the money out that we won't get it back? I mean, is it guaranteed? How much can it be guaranteed?
You got me on a recorded meeting asking me if it's guaranteed. You're a funny woman. That's a good question, Rosalie. Nothing's guaranteed ever.
Okay, what's the probability of not being able to get back the money? What's the probability?
The probability is their score is 870 something, and we need to be at 925. The point I'm making to you is that I have confirmed that they have the capacity, the ability, and the contracts to serve all of these municipalities, and these revenues here are real projections. That I can confirm. The fact that they don't have to pay back the loan, I can confirm. I read the documents. At the end of the day, Zion's loans the money to municipality. Municipality pays Omega never has to actually take out a loan. So it's pretty cool business. USDA is guaranteeing the municipalities, not Omega. And when you look at this here, their valuation, at the end of the day, they're giving, the USDA requires they cannot sell more than 19% of their company, but they're paying out more than 22% in profit sharing. So it's a little bit of a discount rate, which is great. So
wait, go back to that just a second. So they're giving more to their shareholders.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, in fact, Thomas agreed that he would pay up to 30% profit sharing, even though they can only issue 19% of the equity of the company. So that's a huge discount. I mean, that's a 50% discount on profit sharing. So ultimately, guys, that's where we're at literally right now. I mean, literally during this call, the reason I was so quiet in the first 25 minutes of this call is that I was reviewing my team's work before I shared this document with you. But I'm going to be emailing this to Thomas and his team right now. And Mr. Settles, it's coming your way.
Well,
Maybe
I
just
think,
a sidebar on what Tony was saying is
yeah,
municipality contracts are issued in 1 to 3 year terms, renewable annually based on tax dollars, but they're very seldom ever bailed out of. They have a clause.
there's very, what'd you say?
They're very seldom ever defaulted. You have a
It happens
contract,
every once in a while, you're right, and that's why you can never guarantee it. But municipalities are typically a good, solid.
they're locked in because they have to be locked in with their tax base. Their tax base with their budgets are going to fund those things that are meeting community services. So they're not interested in failing. And they generally don't back out of those unless there's really serious situations where they're not delivering what the contract requires.
And I'll make this last statement because I'm sorry, but I got to go. So sorry to cut you off, Rodney. But the point I want to make to all of you is this. They've got a $10,000 non-refundable deposit that they will lose if they do not execute on this first property acquisition. It's 10 grand, you know, and I would hate to have to give them a $10,000 discount on my services to cover them. So if we can just get this deal done, so this first piece of property is under contract on their
That's what
balance.
I've been trying to do. But you know, the thing is we have to be, you know, you are good at what you do. You're great at what you do. You're not even good, you're great at it. And I just want to make sure that we follow what protocol we've set up. But I also know that we have a way of raising other money through this other vehicle. And so I need the help from everybody to do that so we can help these guys out. My friends, what do I call you? I don't want to be offensive, you know.
Well, I want to be clear to all of you. I advised Rosalie that the 925 is a very key factor of our process. No doubt. I am a major believer in it, obviously, and do not recommend investments in companies that are not yet at 925. So because there's a time crunch, because these guys have been so incredibly responsive to me, they've done everything I've asked. And what I'm seeing here in terms of the 925, I believe they can get to 925 with just a few dollars.
Can you just stay on the call just for a second? I just have a couple questions for me.
I can't. I'm really late now to a 12 o'clock. So they're waiting for me here. Okay. It's a manufacturing company that's been waiting to meet with me for an hour. So I got to go. I apologize. That document, by the way, Thomas, is in your email.
Thank you. I saw it. Thank you.
Well,
again, I recommend 925, but there's a time crunch here. I think at the end of the day, these people have been a pleasure to work with. Got to go for now.
So what do you guys suggest?
I suggest you pull the trigger and move forward. You've asked us to vote. We voted. It's been
no, we've already, okay, so we've done that, but we've done that. But what do we suggest with, so we got to raise some additional capital.
Okay.
So because we need it for this project and we need it for your salary for being the oversight.
Understand, but we need to also express our extreme confidence in Paul and Thomas that we're moving ahead with their projects so that they know that the verbal commitments there, the details are coming, they'll be at 925, and we have to let them know we're ready to pull that trigger.
Okay, so that means that you're not going to get your funding until we get the rest of the tranche in.
Well, let's discuss those. But
Nope,
my
that's what I have. I can't, you know,
no, I
we do
understand.
things open kimono. So just so you understand, that's part of the thing is if I fund this, we have less for the other projects. So,
I understand that, but we've
okay.
got 2 projects to fund. They're in first place, as I understand it. Is that correct?
They're at the same time, accountable hand ups and Omega. That's why we do 2. We do 2 at
Okay.
the exact same time.
Right.
We're together. So if we fund their project, accountable hand ups is going on standstill until we get the rest of the money in for the other things.
Okay,
So,
well, then I'm gonna amend my recommendation, but I'm gonna still support them in what we've seen so far, is that we need to have a meeting together then with Thomas and with Paul, myself, and you on how we move both of these
we're
projects.
doing it right now.
forward.
Let's just do it right. That's what I'm doing. We're trying to figure out okay, we don't, there's nothing that we have to hide. So we ask, you
No.
know, how are we going to fix this problem?
So, Rosalie, if I can chime in for a minute, Rodney, what Tony was alluding to and what Rosalie is saying is that this is actually the second property, but this is the larger property that actually facilitates a lot of the activities that we're going to launch from. So we have a situation where the seller of the property has found a second buyer. They have a cash deposit from us that they're going to take that deposit. Is Thomas is
Tomorrow
it
morning.
tomorrow morning? If we don't execute or let them know that we'll be executing by tomorrow, and
Well,
we're short on the cash.
yeah. Well, Paul, what the situation is we have to pay for this product. We got to give them another $168,000 by the close of business tomorrow, or they already have a buyer who's ready to close on
So not
Monday.
even, we can't even just give you a letter of credit because we have to actually have cash because mine is going to take some time because I've been waiting because of not regenerative score being high enough. And so there's no way I can get you the cash from my, I'll tell the truth. It's coming from my, IRA. I'm
Let me
taking
ask you
money
a
out of
question.
my family's mouth to help you guys out. I mean, and
Let
so.
me ask you a question. In terms of the process, um, would there be a possibility of getting like a proof of funds letter
Yes,
to them
yes.
tomorrow and
I can do that
indicate?
today. I can get that done today.
Okay, and in that letter, what we would need to do is indicate when a wire would occur, and we can save this. We can start, we can save this all tomorrow. But if we got that letter this afternoon identifying the bank where it is, and a note to say that these funds are committed to us to close on this property, and we can rock and roll.
Yeah, I'll call them right now while we're on the phone and ask them to.
Right. And
Go
Rosalie,
ahead.
one of the reasons why Thomas asked you the questions about the hydroponics is
Yeah.
part of the 59 acres has a major hydroponics uh, plan set up for it.
A plan
So
or it's already growing.
it no, it's not growing yet. It's the
Well,
land is
yeah. To add to what Paul said, Ambassador Young has a project on the south side of Atlanta that's already functional.
Hmm.
And we were going to team up with him to move an operation from Atlanta up to South Carolina.
So that would be something that you're telling me because they would want to come to Vegas, or we would do a hydroponic is there space to do a hydroponic grow house on your space? And is there kids around there that could benefit from that?